And it's time for us to look at what's trending on social media. We have Elizabeth Musa joining us. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning to you, Olive. Good morning to you, Osaoge.
Morning, Liz.
Liz, what's trending? Why is everyone talking about the Ooni of Ife?
Everyone is talking about the Ooni of Ife because it seems like the Ooni of Ife, Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi, isn't done with his marriage spree. According to reports making the rounds, the Ooni is set to marry a seventh wife. Now, this royal wedding is slated for the Saturday, the 29th of October, which is just a few days to come. And let's recall that Oba Adeyeye tied the knot with his fifth wife, Princess Ronke Ademiluyi, on October 20, just days after marrying his fourth wife, Princess Ashley Adegoke. Now, on Monday, October 24th, he got married to his sixth wife, Princess Temitope Adeshegun. Barely 3 days after the monarch married his sixth wife, Princess Temitope, he's set to marry his seventh wife, and this is according to speculations. I'm just curious to know the full story behind all of this. Is there a traditional right to be fulfilled or what? But let's say a few of the reactions very quickly before I go on to my next story. That comment is from Tessie Osasori. Tessie says he's a king, an African man. Tradition allows him to marry as many wives as he wants. If the women involved want to marry him, why not? He's a king. Let's take a look at more comments on the story. Omali Chanwa says, biggest young king who is busy telling many that with money and fame, you may be able to humble some of the so-called independent women. And I'll put that in quote. More reactions on this story. That one is from Halima. Halima says, better marry now before Oni marries your soulmate. That is tongue-in-cheek. More reactions on this story. That one is from Odenigbo. Odenigbo says, it's like this man get full list of women he wants to marry. Abi, is there a form to fill? Make una share updates now. Well, that is how people are reacting to this story. I mean, it's quite interesting to see just how he's going about this marriage. Like, it's just very short period of time and then he's marrying someone else. But we'll go on quickly to my next story, which is following the ban by the United Arab Emirates, preventing nationals of about 20 African countries from entering Dubai. Nigerians in particular have been reacting to the impact of this travel ban on tourist visits and many more. But this time around, a comment made by the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, has left many people fuming about the untimely nature of this remark, especially coming from an ambassadorial standpoint. The post, which was a response made by Abike Dabiri to a Twitter user identified as Niger Flying Doctor, read some statistics about top 10 countries visiting Dubai, of which Nigeria didn't make the list. And she went on to say that someone once argued with her that Dubai's economy will collapse without Nigerians. Now, Abike Dabiri quoted this comment and went on to say this. He said, unfortunately, our crime rate over there is one of the highest and has left Nigerians fuming. I would just like us to take a look at the post that, Abike Dabiri made, where she said, unfortunately, this issues are some of the things that she mentioned that Nigerians are some of the problems that Dubai is facing. But we'll take a look at some of the comments that people have made, especially in respect to this post. Now, that comment is from Yendish. Yendish says, must Abike always be pessimistic? Chinese does worse. Even Indians, how do we even redeem our stained image if we and our ambassadors are intent on showcasing just that? Gosh, we'll take a look at more comments on this story. That comment is from Rinu Oduala. In response to Abike Dabiri, she says, you do this because you know there won't be any consequences for your actions. Well done, ma. That, of course, is a sarcastic remark from Rinu. More comments on this story. That one is from Casey. Casey says, just read what you're saying on Twitter. You're supposed to manage the situation and not blow it up. How do you want people to see Nigerians both in other countries when your country's leadership has already relegated them? Now, wow. More comments on this story from Twitter Space. That comment also is the one I read earlier. It says, must Abike always be pessimistic? Chinese does what? But you know what? There are some points to note here. Over the past 18 months, Nigerian and UAE have battled some kind of diplomatic relations. And also, in December of 2021, Nigerian government reduced the amount of Emirate flights from Nigeria to UAE from 21 flights per week to 1 per week. And also, it's important to know that it's not just Nigeria that was banned in this entire thing. It's different countries, including Uganda, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Sudan, Cameroon, Nigeria included, of course, Burundi, Liberia, and so many more. And that is the trend I'm bringing to you this morning. Let's also mention that Dubai immigration hasn't mentioned when this ban will be lifted. And only a few days ago, about 500 stranded Nigerians in Dubai were evacuated back home by the federal government. That's my trend wave for you this morning. Osaroge and Olive. First of all, let's talk about the Ooni of Ife.
Well, I was saying to Olive before now that his predecessor, Oba Enitan had, I think, 8 wives. So it's nothing strange. I think it's only because, when he came in, a lot of Nigerians thought he was, seeming like the young, educated, vibrant type of Ooni, just like the Ooni of Warri. And so they expected he's going to have 1 wife, but of course the first marriage didn't work. I think the second one also crashed.
And the third,
and so he's just like, man, bring all 9 of them or 10 of them.
So far,
worst case scenario, I'll lose 3. I'll still have 7.
But when Oba Enitan was getting married, did he have this date already planned, just like we're having now?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So I think that's what people
so.
are talking about. People are talking about the fact that you already have one, you just did 1 marriage, and then you're already having almost like you have a calendar for these marriages.
To be honest, there have been several conversations. Some people say that he was heartbroken because of Prophetess Naomi's Shilekunla, but these are just speculations. The only person who can tell us why he's marrying all these women is the Ooni. And according to tradition, it's allowed, and the women are old and mature enough to make the decision. They've chosen the Ooni. We wish them a happy married life together. It'd be interesting to see what the day-to-day life of the queens, the Oloris in the Ooni of Ife is like. But, we can keep talking about this on social media. Tweet us at New Central TV if you'd like to share your thoughts on this. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining us for Trend Wave.
Thank you for having me, guys.